Hello, everyone. This is Andreas Pop Culture Guy. Today is the latest Andreas Pop Culture Guy retrospective slash review, and it's on Batman, the 1989 film, directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, and Kim Basinger. And this is for its 35th anniversary. Now, as you know, Batman is a 1989 superhero film directed by Tim Burton, produced by John Pierce and Pierre Guber, based on, of course, the DC character of the same name. It's the first installment of the classic quadrilogy Warner Brothers Batman film series from 1989 to 1997. Now, as I mentioned before, the film stars Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, Kim Basinger, and then other cast members like Michael Gough, Billy Dee Williams, Pat Hingle, and Robert Hull running out the cast. Now, let me say, I love Batman. He's one of my favorite and personal uh, superhero films of all time. He's my number one, and I adore Batman. I think this is going to be my first time talking a Batman film for the retrospective slash review. I have done podcasts on the various Batman films of the quadrilogy on my channel, plus animation views over the MCU Bleeding Edge as well. Check that out. But let me dive into the pros and cons, or let me say the several great and not great points about this film, and discuss it how and why it stood the test of time. And let's start with the cast first, because I do think that the cast did an amazing job of their role. I love Michael Keaton. He's a great actor. I do enjoy his Batman. He's definitely my second favorite Batman after Kevin Conroy's version of Batman, but he's my least favorite Bruce Wayne. I definitely put him as third after Conroy and Bale's version. But also we have Jack Nicholson as the Joker. He's definitely my third favorite after Heath and Mark Hamill. Michael Gough is amazing as Alfred Pennyworth. Someone that doesn't get enough talk in the pantheon of many actors portraying the character of Pennyworth. And then with the rest of the cast, I think Billy Dee Williams, the time that he has in screen time is really great as Harvey Dent. Really wish he played Two-Face in the later sequels. And, of course, I really enjoyed Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale. I think she was really great. And the rest of the cast did their parts well. I mean, their roles in the screen were limited or, serviceable for the plot. The one character, one of the actors I don't like is Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon. He's not bad as an actor, but I don't think he really shines as the character, and it doesn't seem remotely as Commissioner Gordon. But it was expected because we didn't have yet the great graphic novels or storylines and shows that delved into the relationship between Commissioner Gordon and Batman. Now, as iconic as the superhero film is, and one that is important to the current boom of the Golden Age of comic book films, or Silver Age, that matter, the 1989 Batman is Tim Burton's attempt of doing a blockbuster superhero film, and it's met with mixed results for me. First, for obvious reasons. First off, the storytelling was decent. It's not great. It's a story that could make for a great Saturday morning cartoon episode of a show, but it isn't invested enough to due to the clashing tones of this darker subject material and Burton's youthful and continuous goth tone. You would never feel a sense of tense or danger whenever Joker has Vicky Vale in his clutches, or when he comes across more dangerous when he is engaging in other criminal activities. But that's the part of Tim Burton's style, mixing with the more studio uh, community style of blockbuster. But one thing I will say that I think Tim really did well was Gotham City. It looks amazing. It's definitely my personal favorite of the bunch of live action versions of Gotham City. I mean, due to part of Anton's first Oscar winning design of Gotham City is just amazing. I mean, the aesthetic, all the intents failed to match this version of Gotham City. I mean, Anton's first is just breathtaking. The smoke, the blackening, the cramp, and the conservative buildings look fantastic and create a very a oppressive atmosphere that's like New York City mixed with Tokyo that has not had planning permission for 2,000 years, as the productions are talked about on time first in the behind the scenes making of Batman, the matte paintings. are gorgeous in this film. I mean, it creates pure exposition in a way that green screen and digital compositing cannot be replicated. Now, and just round table, I love seeing the Batcave. It's one of my personal favorite here, along with the Bat vehicles, especially with the Batmobile, which is my favorite. Still, one of my personal favorite of the Bat vehicles. Love the music by Dale Effman. It's one of the best visual scores. Nothing really beats it. I mean, it's one of the best. I really enjoy it. And yeah, and then I really enjoyed the film in general. I liked the battle between Batman and Joker in the cathedral, and the end of the scene when Batman looks up at his bat signal are breathtaking. Now, as I mentioned before, there are problems in the film, and I do have one of these films. First off, let's get out of the way. Alfred lets Vicky in the Batcave is a big no-no because Alfred is supposed to keep Bruce's secret of his identity as Batman and his hangout. Also, Bruce's parents' death scene was dark. Well done, but it was very shocking, and still today for me, this making the Joker being one being the ones that killed Bruce Wayne's parents, and not having Joel Chill, who is the usual culprit of killing the Waynes. It's just completely off from the comics that I know, and it's just another thing of the constant rewrites they had in the film, just make this not a comic accurate origin story for Batman. But at the same time, this movie does capture the spirit of Batman almost perfectly. I mean, it is a huge gothic metropolis that has a unique style, which is great. It's only something that Tim Burton could create. The casting I say for is brilliant. I mean, Michael Keaton is fantastic as always. Now, let's say it's not as mature as Nolan's work, but it has an edge that no other recent comic book movie has done or has since. It's just a shame that the late 80s writer's strike happened just a few days after Sam Hand submitted his script to Warner. He has unable to make further drafts and rewrite scenes, so Burton has some British writers make the changes to the script. Of course, because the film was shot at Pinewood, which involved making Jack Napier slash Joker the killer of the Thomas and Martha Wayne parents. But yeah, as we know, we were against it, and Sam was against this as well. But unfortunately, he couldn't do nothing about it. But overall, just wrapping up my thoughts on Batman 1989 film, it's rightfully a classic. Aside from some weak writing, as mentioned before, it's better than all the today's comic book movies. Please do not make them stop. We still have to get great superhero films. But as always, if Batman had failed, then the other subgenre could be written off forever. But it's just a shame that Warner Brother squandered this lightning in a bottle after 2 movies after Batman Returns. But we got the Dark Knight trilogy, and Matt Reeves the Batman, so I'm very happy about that. So in that case, thank you everyone for joining this the 35th anniversary of Batman 1989 film from Tim Burton and Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. More to come soon. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao.